Hello.
Hey, what up?
Hi, Roxy. We are live.
We are awesome.
Yeah, we just hit live.
So
So,
can I complain first off the bat?
complain about what?
Well, so it is snowing and blowing and wet, and I just came out of work, and my car is full of snow, and there is no snow brush for me to dust it off.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a problem.
Yeah, and you know why? Because my husband doesn't like to leave things alone. So it's me, my car. I would leave my snow brush in, and it will be there year round. But this guy who doesn't even drive this car thinks that he should take it out because I don't need it. It's not the season. And then when he takes it out, he never puts it back.
Okay, well, I'm half on board with them. I mean, I agree with taking it out for when it's not the season, but if you're
But
taking
if
it out,
there's space in the trunk, then why are you bothering to take it out?
just so it's not cluttered, I guess. I don't know. I take it out when it's not the season.
But you put it back, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, especially on a day when you need it. The first time around, you might struggle, and then after you're like, okay, now it's time to put it back.
Right. Well, you would think that if somebody had the courtesy to take it out, they could have the courtesy to put it back.
Yeah.
But no. Do you know when it gets put back into my car?
When
I complained that it wasn't in my car and now I need it.
Okay, well, complain then, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's going to do me a lot of good now.
Did you have to use the sleeve of your sweater to clean it off?
I found a rag in the back, and I took the rag out and I used it to wipe off the car so that at least my sleeve wouldn't be soaked with like wet snow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're at with that. How's your day going?
It's going. It's going. We're not crashing right now. That's good. Good news.
So you don't have any snow where you're at?
No, no. I talked to my sister, and yeah, she was saying the weather's not so great there either. So, we're supposed to be getting it soon, but we haven't been it yet.
Do you know that with snow, everybody likes snow before Christmas, and then everybody after Christmas starts referring to it as that white shit?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I always find odd is when I think about people who live in like tropical climates or even like down south, like California and places like that, and they celebrate like they go all out for Christmas. Isn't it? I just find it weird, like having the idea of Christmas with like warm weather.
Okay.
Because I don't know, you associate it with winter weather.
That's because you live here, but you know, like there's an entire like half of the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
The southern hemisphere, Christmas is always in summer.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I find it hard to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
But that's just from my perspective, right? Because this is like, how I grew up and how I know it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of get it because obviously, yes, there in like most of North America, there is like that whole white Christmas thing. There's even songs about it, you know. But with my West Indian roots, and also spending some time in the West Indies for Christmas, like it's just also never been something where I'm like Christmas equals snow, you know?
Right, right. For me, it always has been. I remember when I used to live in Germany, and it was a thing there, like the snow, and even the postcards and everything had like the little Christmas villages on it, and those those sort of picturesque like ideas that you have with little layers of snow on the little houses with the little fires burning inside, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it is associated with a perfect Christmas when you have that dusting of snow the day of. And,
Well,
you know,
that's what
when
you know when you're talking about the white. It's that too. It's like everybody hopes for the white Christmas, but that's the only time they want the snow. Other times they're like, okay, they don't want anything to do with it. So
Yeah, well, my thing is if you don't have anywhere to go, it's beautiful.
yeah,
But it's when you have to drive in it, it sucks. Or when you know you have to go out,
yeah,
even if it's just to do errands, you know, like you have to go out first of all to drive in it. Second of all, every time you go to say the grocery store or whatever, you come back out, you have to dust off the car again, you know?
hmm
So, and let's be honest, a lot of people, especially with the first snowfall of the season, they don't know how to drive.
No,
right? Because
that's always the case for sure. It's always the case.
Yeah, they forget what winter driving is, so they need like that first snowfall to slide all over the place to realize, okay, I gotta change what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta drive a bit defensively. I have to go a little bit slower.
It's the I guess the windfall and the happy days for all the owner operator tow truck drivers. They're like, score.
Oh yeah. They're sitting like vultures waiting for everything to happen. But
Yep.
I think on a day like this, they don't even have to be vultures because there's just so much they wouldn't even be able to handle it all.
Well, I think we talked about it too, like how some companies, like capitalize on other people's misfortune, and that's how they actually make their money. So
Yeah. Well, they capitalize or they see that there's a problem and they're there to help alleviate the problem.
Right. I mean, just like a lot of businesses.
In the positive or the negative?
Yeah, but when they're rooting for it, they're like, I hope a lot of people have, car problems. Just like, we talked about like roofing companies and how some of them like love having rain so that people's roofs leak because that's how they make money.
Yeah.
So.
And some people, like the mechanic hopes your car breaks down, and the doctor hopes you get sick, and the fireman hopes your house burns down.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. See, the thing is, the fireman, I don't think so because he gets paid either way, and he'd probably rather not your house burn down because he doesn't want to put his life at risk, and also he'd probably rather take a nap at the station than actually go on a call.
Yeah, but if people's houses didn't burn down, then they would not have a job.
Right, but the odds of it happening and the frequency is not that high, relatively speaking.
Speaking of things burning down, okay, so you remember? I think kids today are like way worse than they were when we were growing up because you know how we used to sing "Joy to the World," the school's burning down, and all that stuff, and we always used to every time there was a fire alarm that was a drill, we would all be excited. Yeah, the school's burning down, but it never actually happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, in my daughter's school, somebody set a fire in the stairwell?
Like what? One of the kids?
Yeah, or I don't know. I'm assuming it's one of the kids. But
oh my gosh! So what? Do you think they have an arsonist like in the making, or a potential future serial killer?
No, I think it's just one of those kids that are just like, the excitement of school burning down. Hey, let's start a fire because I'm a little badass.
Oh wow.
It wasn't a big fire. It was a small fire, but still, it was the fact that some kid had the guts to do it. And I feel like back in the day, that wouldn't have happened.
Not at that level, anyway. Maybe in a high school, maybe, but not in elementary school.
Exactly. This is the thing. So I don't know. By the time that kid gets to high school, what are they going to do? Because I mean, the kids in this school, I think, are no older than maybe 11, 12.
Well, like I said, maybe there could be no.
Unless it was a teacher that went nuts.
Like went postal, maybe.
Teacher went crazy and just said, "I can't take these MS kids anymore," and just lit the place on fire. Well, it wasn't a big fire; it was just a little smoky fire in the stairwell.
Well, you know what? I would say let's be glad that those are sort of the things that we're dealing with, and not those like school shootings and things like that.
knock on wood. I'm
Yeah.
glad for that. But I mean, as I said, I can't. I don't know what's wrong with kids today, man. And I know I sound old by saying that, but it's just a different set of kids. I don't know if it's they have no consequences, so they don't care. Who knows?
I don't know. Like you said, maybe they're just a different breed this generation.
Could be.
But I think too, like with all the social media and everything, and all the video games, and just generally speaking, the amount of time these kids are spending online, and the all the visual stimulation they're getting, I do think that somehow they're becoming desensitized to a lot of like more gruesome aspects of life. Things that for other generations would have been like something completely shocking. To them, is just another
I also
thing.
think too that it's just in a great part of it is lack of respect.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, I would agree with that.
They don't respect anything, because if they had respect for anything, they would be so scared to do it, right? You'd be scared of your parents because you would get in trouble from your parents if you got caught. You'd be scared of the teachers. You'd be scared of the principal. You'd be scared of everything. You'd be scared that they would call the police on you. But kids today don't have any of that fear.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I feel bad for teachers nowadays is like how. Oh gosh, I think someone's at the door. Can you talk? Keep talking about something. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Don't know what I'm gonna say, but yeah. Hope everybody's enjoying their Thursday night, and I hope everybody's safe. And Christmas shopping close to being done. Kids are close to being happy, and I'm doing a crap job of being a parent right now because of that little hideous elf on the shelf tradition, which I decided to start. He's supposed to be here for a whole month, and I only have him here for a couple days, and I still can't even do that right.
I'm back.
I brought this. Oh, okay. I was just telling everybody about my elf on the shelf and how I suck at it.
Oh, you have an elf on the shelf?
Yeah. So with my elf on the shelf, I do like the least with it. He doesn't do any crazy stuff. He just pops up in different places. And he's supposed to be here for a whole month. I'm like, nah, man, 10 days before Christmas. The kids tried to fool me this year, and they took the book and read it themselves, thinking that he was going to come. He didn't come, and they mentioned, I don't know why he didn't come, because I read the book. Yeah, no, we're supposed to read the book as a family.
I mean, what book is this? Is some book associated with Elf on the Shelf?
Yes, you read the book, and then he comes.
Oh, okay. Wow, I live under a rock.
Well, I mean, you don't have kids, so you don't.
Yeah, but I mean, I know of Elf on the Shelf. I just know of like people doing these things online where they post like the elves in different places, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, people get all elaborate with it. I do not. So you're gonna love this. So we read it on Sunday, right? My daughter read it for everybody, and the elf still didn't come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She's like, I wonder what's going on with him. It's getting close to Christmas. When is he coming? Like, you know what? He's West Indian, so he's coming to a West Indian house, and we don't run on time. So
he's on island time.
He's on island time. He'll be here too. And he finally showed up this morning because I remembered.
Mm-hmm. Because you remembered, that's funny.
Because I remembered. I gotta get you to hold on 2 seconds.
Okay.
So you continue this conversation. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Well, I don't have an elf on the shelf, so I feel like I'm not in the spirit of things, I guess. They're pretty cute though, little troublemakers. Okay, then there's a little girl here. It's a little dog. She wants to maybe come up. What's up, baby girl? Yeah, so she's gonna be right back in a few minutes. And I don't have any interesting stories about elves on the shelves, unfortunately. I like those little gnomes they have, and the little Christmas gnomes with the beards and everything. They're so cute. My sister has a few of them. She's got the Halloween ones and the Christmas ones. I always think they're just absolutely adorable with their little button noses. Um, I should get one. Come here. Oh, kid, come. We're gonna play this game. You come or you don't come. This is it. You coming? Well, who's that pretty girl? You're a pretty lady. Look at those eyes. Ho 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 ho. So yeah, we have company here. You cutie pie. Oh, you cutie patootie. Oh, you cutie patootie. Oh, I can't believe how quickly it's getting dark now outside. It's always you look out and you feel like it's 10 o'clock at night. That's how it goes. Winter is upon us. I was I saw a TikTok just the other day with Elf on the Shelf, and it was pretty elaborate. It had the string of popcorn, and it was leading all the way across the counter, across the stove, and into the cookie jar. It was cute. I think it was a cookie jar anyway. So, oh, we're hearing somebody's back. Hi, Roxy, you back?
Yep, let me open it up for you.
Oh, you're hearing that? Yeah, you're hearing that? Yeah, you're hearing noises? Oh, you're so cute. You're a precious girl.
Is he like?
Oh, I didn't read your text the other day. I gotta read that one. It's, your child was saying something about your driving. Felt like a roller coaster.
I'm letting off of the year because I'm the last one to pick up my kid.
Oh, they're probably cursing your name.
Well, what happened is I guess, yeah, maybe. With the weather, I guess people either didn't send their kids today because a lot of people were panicking. Yeah, a lot of people either didn't send their kids today or they came early to pick them up.
Was it that bad out there, the weather, that people actually didn't like? They called their own snow day.
Some people did. Okay, so first thing I did when I woke up, right, is in my area they cancel buses at the drop of a hat, right? So first thing I did this morning, and they don't even really have to have snow. Sometimes they just cancel buses because weather is imminent, right? So I checked, and there was no bus cancellation. So I thought, all right, send my kids to school. But through the course of this, checking Twitter and Facebook for this stuff, people were panicking about, oh my God, the kids, because we're expecting actually 15 to 20 centimeters plus freezing rain.
Okay.
Right? So people were like, I don't want to send my kids, and then they cancel the buses, and then I have no way to get them, so I have to keep my kids home. And then there are some people who are like, oh, people are such horrible drivers. I don't want to send my kids to school because if they're walking, somebody might jump the curb and hit them. Like, they were going all out.
Oh, wow.
You know, all this stuff. Yeah, no, people go crazy. And in me, I'm like, you know, my kids are going to school. Get your butt up. Get ready. You guys are going to school. Bus or no bus. Because you know what? I got to work.
Yeah.
So they went to school. The snow didn't even start, I think, until like 2:30 anyway. But now it's a different story. Like it's the streets are covered, right? Like you're driving on snow right now, and it's pretty white. So it's not horrible. I've driven in worse. And quite honestly, I think as a bus driver, the only reason they probably don't drive in these kind of conditions is just the liability that if something happens,
Yeah.
they could kids could potentially get hurt and they could get sued, et cetera, et cetera. So, oh my gosh, stop panicking, car. Yeah. Oh yeah. So back to my little elf on the shelf thing. So yeah. So first day the elf comes out, they're so excited he's here. And I looked at him, I'm like, okay, before I leave the house, I gotta make sure I put him away so that, when they come home, they're not gonna see him.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot him. So I had to, luckily I don't work too far away from home. I had to step out anyways to go do some work errands.
Yeah.
I just popped into my house quick to go and hide the elf because day one I already failed. So let's see, day two, number one, am I gonna remember to put him out tonight? And number two, in the morning, am I going to remember to move it to take him away so that he could quote unquote go back to the North Pole?
So does he leave every night? Is that the thing?
He leaves during the day because he has to go. So the real story of the elf on the shelf is that he comes and he watches you and makes you, goes back and reports to Santa. So during the day he'll go to Santa and then he'll come back and overnight and hide somewhere for you to find him. In my house, he's not reporting to Santa. He's just there playing,
okay.
There's some of the aspects of the elf on the shelf thing I don't really agree with. So he's just a friend that comes to visit, and he goes back home every day, and then he comes back at night to visit them. He's not going and spying on them. And
so you're finding a different place to put him every night?
Yeah. So he'll move. He'll just go sit in the tree. He's probably gonna go sit in the tree tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Another day he's probably gonna go sit by the piano. Little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing elaborate stuff with him, especially if it involves mess. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting powdered sugar all over the place and saying, "Ooh, look, he made footprints." No, nothing I have to clean up. That's why I say I half-ass this shit, but you know what? They're happy with what they have. My kids are happy. And actually, you know what? There is one thing that I do that is actually not
so you're just mediocre parenting. Is that your game plan?
Dude, that's all I'm capable of. I'm sorry. I can't. Oh God. I'm lucky my kids love me and I love them because I'm not an Instagram mom by any means.
Hmm.
So yeah, but there is actually one thing that I do with Elf on the Shelf that other people don't do, and this is solely my invention that I know of. So because Santa apparently comes to pick him up on Christmas Eve, so he goes Christmas Day with Santa, and then he disappears and he doesn't come back until next year. I let them hang out with him all day Christmas Eve, so they can touch him because you're not supposed to touch him or else he'll lose his magic.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know anything about this. I thought Elf on the Shelf was just a thing. I didn't think there was a big thing, story behind it and rules and.
Oh no, there's a whole thing. So yeah, but on New Year's Eve, because he's getting a ride back, he's hitching a ride back with Santa when Santa comes to drop off presents.
Mm-hmm.
They can play with him all day. So they hang out with him. He sits on the couch and watches TV with them. My daughter talks to him. She'll have whole out conversations with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's her friend, man.
Oh.
And then he leaves. And sometimes she gets a little bit upset. So last year, we wrote a note to Santa to say, can he stay an extra day? Mm-hmm. And he left Christmas Day instead of Christmas Eve.
So does she actually believe in it?
I think she does.
Okay.
I'm not concerned, but I'm wondering what's going on because she's kind of old.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised nobody at school has destroyed this for her. Mm-hmm. But she seems to be believing in it, so I'm just going to let her. I thought about should I tell her on my own that he's not real, but you know what? Why? Life sucks. Life really sucks. Adulting sucks. So if she wants to believe in it a little bit longer, go for it. So, do you know what piece of information that I learned yesterday that I am surprised by.
What?
First one is not so shocking. Second one floored me. But so I have a really crappy washing machine. I hate it. It's one of those new ones that doesn't have an agitator in the middle, and it kind of wrecks things, I guess, because of how it washes. Anyways, so I have had this sheet set since like early 2000s, right? It was like an 800 count sheet set. It's cotton sateen, 100% cotton sateen.
Oh, is it one of those Costco sets?
No, it is not.
Oh, okay.
I got it from Linen Chest.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the past year, right, this washing machine has caused, because of the way it washes, it has caused these two sheets that I've had for years and years and years to start to shred.
Mm-hmm.
So I am so devastated because I love these sheets. They're like so awesome and they're cool to the touch. They're like really, really awesome sheets. And I was talking to my husband about it. He goes, these things are not supposed to last forever. And I'm like, but dude, like I've had these forever. Like why shouldn't they last? There's nothing wrong with it except for where it's shredded because of the washing machine.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked it up online. Do you know how long? Guess how long it says sheets are actually supposed to last?
I'm gonna guess like 6 months.
No, you're being way too. I don't know what word that is, but no, they're saying sheets are only really good for 2, maybe 3 years. I said, what? 2, maybe 3 years?
Well, because for me that's how long they last, but I would think that they would put online something like 6 months.
Well, here I am thinking that sheets are supposed to last forever, but
okay.
I'm hearing.
I mean,
I'm supposed to pass them down to my children.
Yeah, but how do you? I mean, eventually they get faded and they're stained or anything, right?
I don't have stained sheets.
I mean, I've had stained sheets, or I've had like, for example, like even bleach spots on it or stuff like that, you know?
No, not like that for me. They're not as deep colored as their original color,
mm-hmm.
but it doesn't matter. And they haven't thinned out or anything like that. They're really, really good. And as I said, the feel of these they're so smooth and soft, and like they have like a silky feel to them.
I know what you're talking about. I had a set like that too.
Yeah.
And for me too, I make a habit of I don't buy anything under 800, 900 set count. No way. I won't touch it.
And if I tell you how much I bought these for, it's not even heard of to get that price. And I had gotten it. I had watched these things and watched these things and watched these things, and I got them on sale. Plus, I had a 20% off, and I got them for like $90 for a king. Right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was like a discontinued or whatever it was. They were amazing sheets. And this washing machine has destroyed them.
Oh.
But now that I know that they're only supposed to last 2 or 3 years, I guess I should count myself lucky. But now, where do I get replacement sheets for like that quality for like not a break the bank price point?
I don't know. You might only be able to get ones that are like out of season with like a really ugly pattern or something, you know.
Yeah, and the ones that I had, they were like a neutral, so like a soft, like dark, like not. One is like a cream color, and the other one was like a kind of greenish color, green, but it wasn't like it wasn't loud green. It was like a soft, not pastel, maybe sage.
Okay.
But it wasn't.
Oh, I think I've seen those by you. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And guess what? I have something to tell you that's going to make you crap yourself.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay. So there's a huge disclaimer on this story. I will tell you the disclaimer after I tell you the story.
But shouldn't the disclaimer come first?
No, because if I tell you what it is, then I won't have the title of the story. So somebody who is very close to me has told me that they are trans. shocked, and to the point where I thought it was a joke at first, because they're like, "Oh, can I tell you something?" And I said, "What, that you're gay?" And I said it as a joke only because of some other stuff that had been going on. And I said, "No, just kidding. What is it that you want to tell me?" And they said, "No, I'm trans." And I'm like, "Okay." And I thought they were joking. And they said, "No, they are super, super serious." And I said, "Oh, I see." I said, "I support you. I'm going to put that out there. I support you. I'm not judging you. I'm not."
I can't even imagine who this would be.
No, you cannot. You cannot imagine.
Can you tell me if it's a male or female?
It's a male, and it is somebody who would be considered close to me, family-wise. And in any case,
like relation-wise, or actually you're close to them, like relationship-wise.
They're relation-wise.
As in right? by virtue of being related.
Yes, as in.
Not by being close with them, like.
No, as in we share.
Does it start with an R?
Who the hell in my family starts with an R?
Somebody with a crazy Facebook account?
No.
I don't know. I'm
so shocked that you would guess that. I'm so stuck on the no.
Well, the reason I was guessing that is because that's the wild card. That one's the wild card, right?
Could be. You know what? Honestly, if that person came out, I wouldn't even be surprised.
See?
To be honest.
That's what I mean. That's the wild card. Anything would be like almost expected from that person.
No, this is even an even closer family member. Come closer, but don't say the name or anything, but just come closer.
Okay. Is he living in the country?
Yes.
So it's not like on the island, or not.
It's not what?
It's not in the Caribbean. It's here, right?
Yes. No. It's somebody who is close family-wise, like a close family member. So anyways, this person.
Do they live in the same town as you?
No.
Okay, good. I just. Okay, I'm relieved.
You're close in your thinking, though.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm not surprised.
Really? You're not surprised?
No, I'm not that surprised. No, I'd be surprised if it was the other one.
Here's your coffee.
No, I'm not that surprised. But you know why?
Why?
I think it's partially because. You know what? I can't say it without being politically incorrect, or like it will. Like if I say what I'm gonna say, I think I would be canceled. Like if I were a celebrity, you know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. My disclaimer is that I am going to, and I'm going to say why after I put out the disclaimer. So I'm still going to refer to them as the pronouns that I have always known them as, and I'm going to refer to them as the name that I always have known them as for two reasons. And that is because I asked that person how they want to present, and they said, like in public, because they said privately they do their own thing, but I said in public, what do you want to present as? And they said they haven't decided yet, right? Therefore, and they haven't decided to go by another name, they haven't decided to change pronouns or anything, but they're just at this point coming to terms with just being able to say it out loud. So for now, they're going with their born as pronouns. So I'm not being disrespectful when I refer to that person in their born as pronouns or refer to them as their birth name.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want anybody, no, I shouldn't say they don't want anybody to know. They do not want other families to know, other family members to know. So I am not telling any family members, but this is something that I can't sit with this by myself.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, because to me, I was kind of like, okay, I've never heard anything about this in the entire time that I've.
My rich like again, I don't wanna be, politically incorrect or like I'm really not like I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I just find there's one aspect of this where I find that this person struggles in certain areas of their life already. I just wonder if this is one of those people who are just confused because
and that also was part of my thing too, because
do you know what I mean? Was this person to be a more well-adjusted person in society in general, and they were, they were that like more of a personality that was, I guess, had a strong personality and set in exactly who they were and everything. I just find with the way that person is generally speaking, I wonder if he's being influenced or whether he's just confused. I wonder if this is just a fad, or I wonder if this is one of those things where a therapist maybe like ask certain questions. You know what I mean?
And this is what I did say. Do you have a therapist or somebody that you're speaking to help you go through this, right? Because I feel like this is something that definitely needs therapy, not because I don't think they should be this way.
No, I mean I think they are, like, for sure, like, you support him and everything like that. So that's not where I'm coming from. I'm coming from more from like, I just find this whole trans thing in some ways it seems to affect some disenfranchised people more so than people who are more secure in their social life and in life in general, if you know what I mean. More
I see where you're going with this because
so that's why I don't know how to put that, but not in a way that like I'm not trying to like I really don't want to be offensive about it, but I don't know how to be more like like I just find somebody who's so secure in themselves and who are really established in life, as in I'm not talking financially established. I'm talking about like mentally and just what's the word I'm looking for? Adjusted. Adjusted is the word.
Yeah, no, and I get where you're coming from because this person also seems like they struggle to fit in. They don't have much of a direction. They struggle with depression, but I mean, all this stuff could be because they're hiding who they are inside. But apparently, this person says that they have known this for a while. So their father passed away. I don't even know how long ago this was, but it had to be more than 5 years for sure, right? And the person said to me that they kind of have always felt like this, but when their father passed away, something clicked, and it became more clear. So if they've been sitting with this for that long, it leads me to believe that this is not something that like just popping up if they've been sitting with it for that long.
I hope that's what it is. I hope it's legitimate. It's not him going down some rabbit hole on the internet and getting sucked into something, because unfortunately there are people who are getting into that, and I have actually watched a lot of videos out there that are people who have detransitioned and they realized that that's not what it was. They were confused, and then they for whatever reason they got sucked into the whole thing of it, and before they knew it, like, things happened so quickly, and then without.
And some people actually want to transition back.
Oh, a lot of people, and they regret it. Like, especially the younger ones that started hormone replacement early on, and there's some things that just are not reversible. Like, for example, if you're a female to male and you start the hormone replacement therapy, and there's certain masculine traits that you develop that you can't undo after. Like, your voice will never be as feminine again. It will never go. Like, I mean, it'll go back, a little bit like more feminine, but it will never be as feminine as before you started taking it, right?
Or if you do top surgery, I mean, the most you could do is get implants, but
Yeah.
it still wouldn't be the same.
Well, yeah, no, and the scars never go away, right?
Yeah.
And then if you get the bottom surgery, I've heard horror stories about just regret, you know?
Yeah.
And that's terrible.
Well, I mean, financially, I don't know that this person would be able to afford to transition anyways.
Oh, is it not covered?
I have no idea. This is all new to me.
Yeah.
Like, this is all 100% new to me. Like, I'm just sitting with this and going, what the hell? I can't, as much as I, like, obviously, you know who it is, but I mean.
And does the person's mother know?
No, that person does not want their mother to know, and I am not going to be the one to say anything.
Okay, well, I totally understand that.
No, this is not my story to tell. This
Right.
is not my, I'm not going to be going to anybody and saying, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
you know, blah, blah, blah. No, when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's that person's story to tell.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
quite honestly, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying anything to you, but as I said, I can't sit with this by myself.
Yeah.
And like, you're probably one of the only people that I could. Whoa, Dax. You're probably one of the only people that I could tell this to.
Yeah.
Because what the hell is this?
Well, I hope, you know, I think the only thing you could do in this case is just steer him and make sure he gets lots of assistance and therapy and, you know, and he doesn't do anything drastic, you know, like take his time, don't do anything impulsive, because it has ramifications, you know.
Oh, for sure. Well, and the one thing I know, they did say that they are going to get into therapy, and they are waiting for some resources, some trans resources. However, they said that there is a long list for resources.
Speaking of that, the trans thing, I heard too that a lot of people think they're trans too because they end up like, for example, if they're male and they find themselves to have, like, sometimes they find themselves to be feminine, then they think, oh, well, maybe it's because I'm actually a woman inside, without taking the time to understand that some men are just have effeminate like qualities, and it could just be that you could be a male with effeminate qualities, you know, and still be male. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're the other direction, you know, or the other extreme. But, I mean, that's something he'd have to work out.
Well, as much as I've enjoyed our talk, it is getting time for me to go attend to my other job.
All right. So then we'll see you again tomorrow?
Until next time, sure.
All right.
Okay. Take care.
All right, darling. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Wow, that's a heavy topic. What do you guys think? Do you guys have or know anybody that is going through this, or thinking about or struggling with it? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments. And again, hope I didn't offend anybody. That wasn't the intention at all. We just have an open, honest conversation about any issues, really. So I'm gonna sign off. It was a pleasure, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, take care.